everyone. Liz Holterhouse here from OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams on this beautiful, warm, hot summer day in July, coming to you to go over the June market trends and market update. So as usual, we're going to start with Dare County, and we're going to jump right in. Dare County has been edging every single month for about the last 12 to 14 months towards a balanced market. In the month of June, we saw 4.9 months of inventory. This is actually down almost 7% month over month as things have sold that went under contract this past spring. The sold to list price in Dare County is 96.8%. That's down slightly, 0.09%. And the median days on market in RPR are down to 34 days, and that's down 17.07%. And our median sold price is $651,250. So in the month of June, we saw 136 new listings come on the market. That is down 14.5% month over month over May. And we have a total of 510 active listings. Average days on market for those is 84 days, and that is up 12% month over month. So that story continues that if it's not priced right, it's starting to become aged active listings, and your days on market are starting to trend up. And you've heard me say it here before that a seller's friend is not days on market. That just really hurts them in their end pricing when they finally sell. New pending listings, we saw 111 listings go under contract in the month of June. That is down almost 10% month over month. And that's a seasonality thing as well, because we're well into summer now. So people who were active in the spring market have either decided to wait or put their homes under contract and have now closed and looking forward to collecting some of that summertime income. The new pending listings saw an average day on market in RPR of 59 days, and that was up almost 64% month over month. We have a total of 154 pending listings. That's down almost 5% month over month, and the median days on market in RPR was 36, and that is up almost 6%. We saw 122 properties close in the month of June. That was up almost 1%. And we saw a sold to list price of 96.82% and median days in RPR of 34. And that was down about 17.1%. So to recap, Dare County, we are sitting at just at 5 months worth of inventory. That is down slightly, 6.7% month over month, but that is a change in inventory of 7% in the last 12 rolling months. So that's been our story over the last year, is some properties, not all, but some properties are taking longer to sell. There's more inventory sitting on the market for a longer time period. We're not in a strong buyer's market. We're not in a strong seller's market. We're kind of in the middle, just a really nice balanced market. There are still some properties that come on the market that are priced really good and they drive multiple offers, and sellers like that, they get closer to 100% of their list price. So we still see that continue when the pricing is right. That is Dare County. The Outer Banks of North Carolina is mainly made up of Dare and Currituck County. So now we're going to go into Currituck County. I came outside today because I was a little cold and I wanted to be outside in this nice sunshine, and the Currituck Outer Banks are just right over there. So I've got the view of the Currituck Lighthouse in my backyard, and I am on the Currituck mainland area. So for the month of June in Currituck County, we saw a little over 5 months worth of inventory. That is down about 8%. Our sold to list price in Currituck is 99.8, and our median days on market in RPR was 27. That is down 3.5%. And our median sold price was $543,685. And we are right at a balanced market in Currituck. Not a seller's market, not a buyer's market, kind of entering that middle zone. Kind of think that middle zone as being a fair zone, a win-win zone for everyone. Buyers feel a little bit better. Sellers are still getting a great list to sold price if they price their home correctly. It really is just a nice a nice level of inventory for all of us. Let's look at new listings in Currituck County in the month of June. We saw 109 listings come on the market. That's down almost 19% month over month. We have 402 active listings on the market in June. That is down almost 7%. They saw 93 days on market as the median in RPR. That's up almost 10%. And we have 96 new pending listings that we saw went under contract in the month of June. That is down 4%. Their median days in RPR was up almost 42% to 41 days. And we have a total of 211 pending listings on the market in Currituck. Their median days in RPR was just 7, and that was down 75% month over month. We saw 97 properties successfully close in the month of June in Currituck County. That is up 21.3%. The median sold price was up almost 14% to that $543,685 figure. And our sold to list price was 99.84, which was up almost 0.5%. And our median days in RPR was just 27, and that was down almost 4% in the month of June. So to recap Currituck County, we've got 5.12 months on the market. That is a change of a negative 8.1% month over month. But inventory in the last 12 rolling months of supply is up 31.3% in the last 12 rolling months in Currituck County. So let's jump into Camden County. So when you down through Currituck County, you are driving right next to Camden County. So Camden and Pasquotank County are neighboring counties to the Outer Banks, and they're still part of the Northeastern North Carolina network. So your market trends for Camden County for the month of June, we are sitting at 3.35 months worth of inventory on the market. That number's jumped up a lot because they really held on to their seller's market until recently. They're still in a seller's market, but it's edging more towards that balanced market that I keep talking about. There's 3.35 months worth of inventory on the market in Camden. That's up 1.2%. List to sold price is 99.7. That is down 0.5%. Median days on market in RPR is still just 6, and that's down 14.29% month over month. You saw 93 properties come on the market in June in Camden County. That is up 43.5%. You have 55 active listings in Camden County. That's up almost 4% month over month. And you're looking at 41 days on the market, median days on market in RPR, and that's down 24%. In new pending listings in the month of June, we saw 19 properties go under contract, and that is up 72.7% month over month. I think a lot of that has to do is we just have more inventory in June than we did in May. It seemed like the stream for new construction, especially like up in the areas closer to Moyock and stuff, had dried up, and I've seen some recent new construction come on the market. The median days on market in RPR for those new pending listings was 26, and that's up 420% month over month. That's a big number. Pending listings in Camden, we saw 30 properties go under contract. That's up 11%. Their median days in RPR was 61, and that's up 662%, another huge number. Our sold listings for the month of June, we saw 15 properties successfully close. Their median sold price was down almost 3% to $452,000. The sold to list price was 99.7, and the median days in market in RPR was just 6, and that was down almost 15%. So to recap Camden County, we've got 3.35 months supply of inventory. That is a change of 1.2% in the last 30 days, month over month. But in the last 12 rolling months, inventory is down 28.4%. So let's go into our last county, which is going to be Pasquotank. And as you know, Pasquotank County is home of the Coast Guard base. It's home of Atlantic Christian College. It is home of Elizabeth City State University, and it's also home to the areas, one of the largest COA campuses, College of the Albemarle campus in the area. The area is growing like crazy. The downtown area, historic area of Elizabeth City is just cute, robust, tons of stuff going on, new businesses opening all the time. It's a great place to invest. There's no hotels in the area, so your Airbnbs are doing really, really well over there. You've got a lot of medical in the area, so extended stays for nurses and doctors and things like that are all needed, and just tons of government contractors in the area. So let's dive into Pasquotank County. Pasquotank is still got the strongest sellers market in the area, but they have edged up more to that balanced market. There's almost 3 months worth of inventory on the market. Now that number is down 8% month over month. Their list to sold price is 97.6%, and that's down 1.5%. Pasquotank County, if you go back and look at some of my market updates, their list to sold price at several months was over 100%. So they're starting to kind of inch towards that balanced market as well. Median days on market in RPR was 21 days, and that's actually up 40% month over month. You saw 76 properties come on the market in Pasquotank County. That was down almost 22% month over month. The median list price of those properties was $335,870. You have a total of 192 active listings in Pasquotank County. In June, that is down almost 8% month over month. The median days in RPR was just 64. We saw 80 new properties go under contract in the month of June in Pasquotank. That's up almost 5.5%. Their median days on market was down almost 5%, 4.5% to 23 days. We have a total of 203 pending listings in Pasquotank County. Their median days in RPR was just 15. That was down almost 12%. And you've heard me talk about this before. The spring market in Pasquotank all the way through to July is usually pretty robust because of the changeover in schools, colleges, things like that. But really, it's the transfer season of the Coast Guard base. We saw 71 properties close in the month of June in Pasquotank County. That is up almost 23%. Our list of sold percentage was 97.6%. That's down 1.5%. And our median days in RPR for those sold transactions was 21, and that was up 40%. So you can kind of see that slow a little bit. 40%, 21 days is still not long, but that's an increase in 40% month over month. So we are starting to inch a little bit more towards a balanced market in Pasquotank County. We have 2.87, so just under 3 months worth of inventory on the market in Pasquotank. That's down 8% month over month. from May to June, and that is down 7.1% in the last 12 rolling months. So that's going to wrap up our June market trends for Dare, Currituck, Camden, and Pasquotank County. Of course, Dare and Currituck are what most people know as the Outer Banks, and then the Inner Banks is Camden and Pasquotank County. You could still consider Hertford and Perquimans and Chowan part of the Inner Banks, but it's just makes up for a very long market update if I do all of those counties. Just know that if you're interested in another county in northeastern North Carolina, I'll be glad to consult with you on that. And we have 2 fighter jets flying over, making a lot of noise. It's because I came outside. And this is Liz Holterhouse signing off from OBX for Sale Real Estate Group on this beautiful July day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you think somebody would benefit from it, and reach out anytime to talk anything Outer Banks.